I wrote a song about it. Like the here it go.
Come on now.
Hello. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Keelan King, and pretty good chance you don't know anything about me, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and we'll jump into what we're doing today. Welcome to the first episode of Wrote a Song About It. Like to hear it, here it go. What I wanted to do is give you guys an insight into some songs that I've written, things that I really wanted to put down in musical form. And I don't have a huge audience, but I guess maybe for posterity, I wanted to put this down and let, folks know like what I've done. I've been writing songs ever since, I'm in my 40s now. I've been writing songs ever since I was a teenager, starting out with my first hip hop group when I lived in the Midwest as a young man. But I'm largely, I'd like to say I'm semi self-taught, because I started out as a youngster. I took piano lessons for, I want to say almost 10 years, maybe somewhere between 7 and 9 years, I think. I don't remember exactly because I'm old and my memory is gone. But I studied piano for a little while. But as a kid, you don't really absorb it unless you're some kind of like virtuoso or you're just dialed in and that's the only thing you do. So I took a little bit of that with me, but really my first love was just listening to music, and then that graduated into wanting to make music. So that's what I did. I started writing rap songs, met a couple of guys, your friends, you find out your friends like to rap, you like to rap. Hey, we should all get together and rap. And that's what we did. And we formed a little group that kind of went nowhere. And I'll give you the Cliff Notes version because I want to get into what we're actually doing today. But that transitioned into me wanting to figure out how to make my own music. I've always loved music. I've always wanted to be a musician. Ever since I saw Crush Groove on the big screen, that really got me with the bug of like, I want to be on stage performing. So fast forward to me moving away from my hometown and my friends and everything, going away to college here in the Pacific Northwest where I live now. One of the things that I did that you shouldn't do is I took a student loan refund check and I went to Guitar Center and I loaded up on equipment, and that started a near 20-year run of teaching myself how to record, engineer, mix, master, compose, you name it. I spent 20 years teaching myself how to do all of that stuff. And so I've learned quite a few things over the years, and I wanted to make it official. So near the end of 2023, I went back to college and got a master's degree in music technology. So that is kind of my backstory. I'm sure I can elaborate on that. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask me. But what I wanted to do was tell you about a song that I've written. So I'm really just going to cover one song. These episodes should be really short. This will probably be the longest one that I do, just because I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an introduction and, kind of let you hear the song, give you kind of a backstory on what I was doing with it, what I thought about it, how it came to be. And then, I don't know if I can do it every day, but I'd like to kind of have a regular cadence of putting these out and going over some of the songs in my catalog that I've written over, my 20 plus years of writing songs. Some of them are awful. So I got to work up the courage to dig into the vault and pull out some of my archives. But at some point I'll probably do that. But there are going to be some really, really bad songs in the bunch. But I have a lot of songs on hard drives. And so I figure my audience is small enough that nobody's listening to this stuff. So I might as well put it out in this form so I can at least talk about it and tell people, what I was thinking, what I was trying to do, and explain maybe a little bit of my creative process. So that being said, thank you for taking some time out of your day to give me a listen. Yeah, and let's jump right into it. So the first song I wanted to do is off an album that I recorded back in, 2017. Now, the semi-interesting bit about this, because I don't know, you might find it boring, but I wrote this album as part of National Solo Album Month. And so if you're unfamiliar, I think it's moved over to Discord or Reddit at this point, but there used to be a website, nasoalmo.org, nasoalmo.org. And what they used to do is they were very much like NaNoWriMo, which is the novel writing month, like same thing. So for Naso Almo, you were tasked with writing and recording, composing and everything, an entire album during the month of November. Once I heard about that, I was like, I think I can do that. You know, the challenge versus your ego. So it's like, I can do it. I can do it. So back in 2017, a year before my daughter was born. So, my wife really didn't have a reason to yell at me for trying to do this. Cause the little girl wasn't here yet. But what I did was I put together an album, and it was called Nathan Dunbar's Nightlife. Now, there's a story behind this this album name. And me, a friend of mine from back home, and my cousin used to meet up like on Thanksgiving, because we were just old enough to kind of be away from home, like starting college and that kind of stuff. And so, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas is when everybody comes home to see each other. So we'd all get together, you know, after everybody ate, and that's when we would go goof off. So we were in Saginaw at my grandmother's house, eating dinner. My friend finishes up with his family. He comes over. My cousin's already there. So we're already goofing off. So we decide to drive down to Detroit and then go across the border into Canada and hit casinos and just goof off for the night. So in the process of doing this, we were just being a bunch of idiots running around drinking in the casino in Canada. And so I couldn't have been I had to be like 19 or 20, but drinking age in Canada is 18. So we went over there and got drinks. And one of us had the bright idea. I don't know who it was, so I'm not going to take credit for this, but one of us had the bright idea that if we met any girls while we were out, we were just going to give them fake names. Now, I don't know why we thought this was a good idea or why we even thought this was funny, but we just decided that that would be hilarious, and that's what we were going to do. So I gave myself some kind of fake Tony, Terry. I think I called myself Terry. I think I picked like an Italian last name or something. Like, I don't remember. I really don't remember. But my friend, and I don't know why I remember this, because I don't remember the name I gave myself, but I remember he gave himself the name Nathan Dunbar. And I find that name hilarious for no reason. It's always stuck with me, and it was always funny. And so with that memory, I went to create this album, and I decided to do a bunch of songs about like going out and partying and having a good time with friends and different things like that. So what I did was I took kind of a amalgamation. Is amalgamation the right word? Hold up. I know I'm on the episode right now, and I should have looked this up prior to this, but I also can't go through like life using words incorrectly. Combining or uniting. Yes. So an amalgamation of experiences of my young male self running around Southeast Michigan in the late 90s, just doing stuff, me, my friends, you know, all sorts of things. So what I did was these songs weren't written about like me specifically or things that I did specifically. They were essentially like this combination of different things that I know happened throughout my social circle around this time. And so I took all of those and kind of made songs around those themes for this album. And so the song that I'm going to play for you guys is called Outside. Outside is a pretty simple track. There's nothing complicated about it. I essentially took a guitar riff sample that I found, or that I had in my collection, chopped it up, rearranged it a couple of different ways, and then just kind of had the idea for the song, put down the instrumental, all that, and then miraculously something came to mind as far as like what to sing, what to write. And songwriting is real weird for me because I don't always feel like I have the lyrics, or I don't always feel like if I write a song that it's not going to sound ridiculous or just terrible. But every once in a while I'll get one and I'm like, bang, I knocked that out and it's a good song. So I really like this song. And quite literally, it's about being outside. The song is about being a young man and attempting to get into the nightclub. And for whatever reason, you can't get in the nightclub. Now, every young man who used to go clubbing back in the 90s had this experience. Either the club was too packed, the bouncer had an attitude, or the club decided it had a dress code that miraculously just appeared the night that you came to the club. Like, and there was all, you know, your shoes were too, you couldn't come in with those shoes. You couldn't come in, your pants were too baggy. You weren't dressed nice enough. Your clothes are too sporty. Like, it was always some garbage about why the young dudes could get in the club. And most of the time it was young black dudes and we couldn't get in the club. And so the song kind of goes through the lamentations of not being able to get in the club, and then at one point attempting to sneak into the club, and then also getting caught and thrown back out of the club. So it's a very simple song, but it's about a very kind of ubiquitous experience from the late 90s. So yeah, I'm going to play that for you right now, and then yeah, we'll come back. This is Outside. Okay. And there you have it. That is Outside. I really like that song. I'm very proud of that song. I got a lot of positive feedback about that song. As a matter of fact, at my last corporate gig, a coworker took this song and got the waveform printed out and framed for me. So on my wall, there is a waveform of this song on my wall that someone gave to me as a gift one year. So that was very, very touching, and it kind of blew me away because I wasn't expecting anything like that. So what that did for me was, let's say it this way, what that did for me is it helped me understand that like there are people that my music touches or reaches or that it's significant for, despite how I may feel about it, my lack of confidence, my apparent lack of audience, and all of that kind of thing. And we can talk about all these things as we go. And if you guys have questions, feel free to send them to me, or, you know, hit me up on Substack, because that's where I'm gonna put this. But yeah, it was one of the few songs that I wrote that I got enough positive feedback that let me know, wow, okay, I can write a song that actually like speaks to people or touches people or makes them feel a certain way, so that, you know, they feel like, you know, they can fall in love with the song that I wrote. So it was a very like humbling yet rewarding experience to have someone gift me something like that, and to also receive the feedback that I've received over the years since I released this back in 2017. Yeah. So that is Outside, and I hope you will come back for more episodes. I will just be randomly picking. I'm not doing anything in chronological order. I'm not trying to go through like, oh, I got to finish this album or this group of songs before I can move on. I'm literally just going through my backlog of songs and just picking things at random, something that I feel like I might want to talk about, or, you know, give a little detail behind. So thank you for listening. This has been episode 1 of Wrote a Song About It. Like to hear it, here it go. So thanks, guys. I will catch you next time. Have a great day.